What is up, my veggies? My name is VeggieTales, VTR. VTR, I gotta start getting used to that. And welcome back to yet again another movie review. And today we're going to be reviewing the YouTube original or YouTube Red, whatever you want to call it, The Thinning. Now, I actually watched this back when it came out, all around the time it came out. It was back in the early days of the YouTube Red thing. I watched along with that. I watched PewDiePie, Scare PewDiePie, and all that good stuff. This, though, was very interesting to me because I've never been a fan of Logan Paul. That's one reason why I was like, but I am pretty much a fan of Peyton List. And that was like, I was like, Logan Paul, Peyton List. That's kind of how I saw things when I watched this movie. Why am I reviewing this movie now? Because I am going to be watching The Thinning New World Order in a minute after this review. So I thought, why not get it's been a while since I've watched it. I've only seen it once. I was going to rewatch it, but I decided, let's just review it. Now, first of all, the plot of this movie is pretty interesting. There's this test that kills people, but not kills people, but it's basically how they deal with population control or whatever, or something like that. It's similar to kind of what, I guess I don't know why, but I got a little bit of a Purge vibe from these movies, and how people have manipulated things in this. This world is really messed up, and this whole the rules of what happens in this world. You take this test and all that crap, and it literally happens to a lot of people. And I don't know if this is the entire world. I'm not sure. I don't remember if the movie was that specific on it, but and it's dark because even little kids go through it. Have to take these tests, and it's horrible. But it does make an interesting concept for a film, and I did relatively enjoy this movie. Now, did I absolutely love it? No. Once again, it's got Logan Paul in it. Which I'm not gonna really judge it by who Logan Paul is, because he plays the character pretty well. It does give me the way it's filmed. This is gonna kind of sound weird, but it does give me a Awesomeness TV vibe. If you guys know that company, it gives me that vibe. I don't know why. I don't think it's done by them. But it is fairly interesting what they do with this, because the first time I saw it, I was like, I got Purge. It gave me a big Purge vibe, like I said, and it's really interesting. The characters are actually really interesting, and you care about these characters, and the movie has a huge twist at the end, and I'm like, whoa, they went that direction, and that's how this ends, and wow. And I was, when all the controversy when Logan Paul happened, yes, I'm not talking about that, this is not for that video, when all that happened, it was announced that this movie was going to be canceled, or delayed, or whatever, and I think it got delayed. I got a little upset about it being canceled, about that, thought of it being canceled, because I actually wanted to see this movie. Which I'm going to go ahead and say a little off topic here, but it's kind of unfair that Logan Paul's stuff only got delayed and PewDiePie's series got completely shut down. But I'm not getting into that. But this series is this movie really does work for what it is. I haven't seen anything of this interestingness in a long time, and I do like And it does give you a little bit of some vibes of other movies. Like I said, The Purge. It gives me a little bit of the Valco experiment, or is that how you said it? It gives me a little bit of vibe from that movie as well. And there's a lot of stuff in this film that is just, I'm like, whoa. And there's just really interesting what they do with some of this stuff. Now, this movie isn't without its negatives. It does have its dull moments and moments where you want to cuss at the characters because you get mad at them. There's a scumbag character in this movie. It's not a big deal. It's not a major character, but it just like really triggers me that this one person did this with that person just to pass the test, and she doesn't wind up passing it. And our two main characters who wind up failing the test, or one who failed the test, and the other one person purposely failed. Logan Paul's character failed the test on purpose, and Peyton List's character passed, but Logan Paul purposely did it, and Logan Paul's dad is kind of a higher up in this movie, and so there's some strings pulled with him, so it makes it seem like he passed, and she failed, so it switched their scores. And literally, I freak out when I take a test, and I'm like, but this would really, I don't have anxiety, but this would probably give me anxiety. Like, I would be like, oh, like, this is real. I would study my butt. If I lived in this world, I would study my butt off every day of every year, because that would be terrifying. But the movie gets a surprising twist at the end, and I'm like, whoa. And that's why this second movie exists. But this movie, I don't know what to rate it, to be honest. It's not terrible, it's not amazing, but it is good. I do enjoy it. And I do believe you don't even need YouTube Red to watch this movie, or YouTube Premium or whatever to watch this movie anymore. So I'm pretty sure like it's been released on iTunes, I know that. I don't know if it's been released anywhere else, but with that being said, I'll give this movie a 4 out of 5. I'll give it a 4 out of 5. It's not, or maybe 3.5. A very high 3.5. My judgment may be clouded right now because it's been a while since I've watched the movie, so I'm not sure if what I'm saying really is an accurate assumption to go off the movie with. But this movie does do some things really interesting that I really enjoy. And just the fact that it did happen, and just it's just something that I really never thought I'd see a movie about. And lo and behold, people at YouTube thought, yeah, this is a good concept. We can make good money on this. And I don't know how well the movie did. I know it's got a lot of views on YouTube. I don't know if anybody bought the movie on iTunes or anything like that. I don't think they ever released a physical copy. If they did, I didn't know about it. I don't know if the current one's on iTunes. But the movie is overall just an interesting ride. And if you like stuff that really is like interesting and pretty unique, there have been stuff similar to this, like I said before. Like the Valco experiment and all that stuff. Again, even though those are, why do I get a Valco experiment vibe from this movie? That's a completely different movie. I don't know. But it's just an interesting film. And that's really all I can say about it. Like, honestly, it's all I can say about this film. And I'd recommend checking it out if you haven't seen it. But guys, that's all I've said this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please tap the like button down below. subscribe, leave me a comment, and link to all my social medias will link down in the description below. And do not forget the notification button to be notified when I upload these sweet videos. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!